what is going to happen now is we want to present to you something about what Saha has done and what Saha has been saying humanism is. And many of the things J.P. Garu has said here are part of the discussions that happen also in North America. Raju Datla here has created spheres of identity and where we overlap with the believer. Surely our moderation and our concern is about the human that is there, not God that is not. What should we do and how should we go about that? Could we have the video played, please? It's a 4-minute video. And I want to also introduce to you Ibue Sekongo, who is a Nigerian who has joined us for this discussion. More about that after the video. But the first video, I would like to acknowledge the contribution of Mr. Ramesh Kotaru. Is he here in the audience? He was there in the evening. Ramesh Garu worked hard to make that happen, to meet with deadlines. The second video, which stopped abruptly, was made by Ram Gangaraj Garu, who was also a coordinator for the entire tour of the United States, Canada, and of Europe. We want to, on behalf of SAHA, acknowledge the work of the volunteers. People working across time zones trying to make this happen was quite a heartening thing. I want to say to you one thing. I went to 34 public meetings. I stayed in something like 14 or 15 homes. I only met them for the first time when I landed in the airport in their city. That is how this tour was organized. Bhaskar invited me to go to the US, and I said I was going to the US, and people who were linked with us in the discussion groups on Facebook volunteered to organize it. You won't find a better and more efficient group than this, I can assure you. They never met each other. They had only ever discussed by Facebook and commented on each other's comments and responses, and yet they made this possible. In 14 places, the chapters of South Asian Humanist Association have been created in these 3 months. Nearly 1,000 people came to the meetings, or came to discussions, or interacted with us. There were debates with religious people. There were debates with those who were purveying superstition. There was television, radio, all this organized by people who have full-time jobs, people who are otherwise busy. And that shows the great commitment of our colleagues who are there, who are very concerned about how things are in South Asia. SAHA is not about Telugu people who are living in outside the country. It's not about Indians who are living outside the country. It's about those who come from the South Asian region but who are living abroad as ex-Muslims, ex-Hindus, ex-Christians, ex-Buddhists, seeking a modern community which lives by modern values, which recognizes human rights, which doesn't believe in promoting ancient science, believes in promoting modern science and taking society forward by developing human values as the basis of that. But the ones who should tell you about SAHA are the ones who made it possible in the United States. So I would invite Bhaskar and Raju to please come here and share the ideas. Since we have Ajay also as a surprise, we would invite Ajay also to join us on the stage. He helped organize the meeting in Vancouver, Canada. Dr. Ajay, please join us.
Thank you, Babu Garu. I mean, it's quite an honor and pleasure. Definitely, thank you, Sujata Garu. And it looks like I'm in elite company, activists. So I think we are just starting here, but very quite impressive. We thoroughly enjoyed your discussion and debates. So let me briefly share about what happened for past 3 months about SAHA. Then tarvata, being an NRI, I will try to give a perspective on NRI mindset and what we are planning. Okay. So as Babu Garu said, 3 months ago it was just an idea. Okay. So we definitely, because you guys have this humanist platform here to do a lot of these activities, but in expat community law we don't have that, right? So when Babu Garu and I met last year, then we thought we would do something, and 3 months back we said, okay, let's do it. So you all know how popular Babu Garu is, and I said, why don't you just put a Facebook post? And then there are so many came out of closet, and they said we join hands. And I would like to thank other core members, I would say core leads, who organized all these meetings, discussions in every major city, right? So ఇందాక జయప్రకాష్ నారాయణ గారు చెప్పినట్టు we got a lot of good traction both from believers and non-believers. We used to have 150, 70 people in every major city, Dallas, New York, Bay Area, Tampa, everywhere, right? So అందరూ విన్న తర్వాత I think everybody appreciated what we are doing. Obviously we are asking for caste free, religion free, gender free, race free society. Who doesn't want it, right? But they said మీరు చేస్తుంది బాగుంది, we will support you అన్నారు. And we conducted some scientific workshops. There I think we got almost 95% support. So when we started talking about, okay, let's talk about caste free and casteism gurinchi, I think that got reduced to probably 60 to 50%. They say we'll be with you. Then we start talking about religions kuda asalu religion free ante almost at 30% kala taggipoyindi. When we start talking about the God, where is God, we can do good without God anagala almost it came down to 5%, మిగిలినోను కొంతమంది అన్నమాట. So see, as Jayprakash garu cheppinattu, it's not, I mean, we don't want to engage in that kind of a dialogue, but the mindset, at the end of the day, why we are saying all these things is we want to change the mindset, right? So చాలా మంది ఏమంటారంటే ఇది హార్మ్లెస్, కొబ్బరికాయ కొడితే ఏంటి అన్నట్టు, right? That same thought process, there is no difference between కొబ్బరికాయ కొట్టడానికి బాంబు, టెర్రరిస్ట్ బాంబు వేయడానికి, right? So unless you change that kind of a mindset, none of these things happen. So again, as I said, being an NRI there for 24 years, I think 25 years, when I went to Dallas, there used to be one restaurant, and in 92 I'm talking about, right? One restaurant and one temple undedi. Ippudu 20 years, 100 plus restaurant and 40 temples. Okay, and ee temples kuda drive through temples antaru annamata, combo package. You have a restaurant, grocery stores and temple. Of weekend ala vachi moodu cheskoni veltaru, right? But NRS చాలా మంది మంచి హ్యుమానిటేరియన్ వర్క్ ఏదైనా సరే చేయడానికి they are all ready, right? But this kind of religious fundamentalism or the confusion between the tradition and religion, and religious activities cheste more traditional, more cultural, or even absurd entante more patriotic ani we are seeing lot. So, and also feeding that back here, religious fundamentalism adi unna sare అక్కడ కూడా స్టార్ట్ అయింది అన్నమాట. అఫ్ కోర్స్ సుజాత గారు చెప్పినట్టు క్రికెట్ మ్యాచ్లు నేను వినలేదు కానీ, బట్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ మేజర్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్ ఆబ్వియస్లీ కమ్యూనిటీ బేస్డ్ మీదే చాలా ఉన్నాయి, రైట్? బట్ వాళ్ళు కూడా దే వాంట్ టు పార్ట్నర్ విత్ అస్, ఎస్పెషలీ వెన్ వీఆర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ఇంప్రూవింగ్ ద సైంటిఫిక్ టెంపర్, సైంటిఫిక్ రీజన్ కిడ్స్ కి వాళ్ళకి చెప్తాము అంటే దే ఆర్ లైకింగ్ ఇట్. ఈవెన్ దో కొద్దిగా వాళ్ళకి డౌట్ ఉంది, వీళ్ళు చెప్తున్నారు కానీ అల్టిమేట్ గా గాడ్ లేడని చెప్తారని కొద్దిగా డౌట్ ఉంది, బట్ అట్లీస్ట్ దే ఆర్ లైకింగ్ ఇట్, రైట్? సో అవి ఈ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ కి ఐ థింక్ వీ వాంట్ టు కండక్ట్ మోర్ అండ్ మోర్ దీస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ కిడ్స్ వర్క్ షాప్స్, యాక్టివిటీస్. ఐ డోంట్ నో మీరు ఒప్పుకుంటారు లేదు, బాబు గారిని చాలాసార్లు పిలిపించి వీ నీడ్ టు డూ లాట్ మోర్ దీస్. And especially we have been to Europe and we met with lot of rationalist organizations and all. We want to collaborate, right? Ippudu one of the irony entante religions ki there oka god oka baba no god messenger untaru. He unites everybody. మన హ్యూమనిస్ట్ rationalist ఏంటంటే మన సైంటిఫిక్ థింకింగ్ ఇదే ఉంది, రైట్? దట్స్ వై దేర్ ఆర్ సో మెనీ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ గ్రూప్స్ ఉంటాయి. So, and I really want to acknowledge when we went to France, when we went to Sweden, when we went to Norway, what Babu Garu has been trying. He's trying to unite a lot of these, unite in the sense at least come towards for the common causes. And I mean they're all appreciative, and I think he has done that job tremendously, and he's still trying to do. At the same time, we also want to collaborate with you, right? And do definitely create this kind of a platform so that we can conduct a lot of these activities and try to, do what of these things. Main big plans, future plans we will share in coming months. But we have some of the things that really getting a lot of traction is, one is an internet TV kind of a thing. ఇప్పుడు చూస్తే మనకి టీవీలు ఎన్నో ఉన్నాయి, భక్తి టీవీలు, ఎప్పుడు చూసినా మార్నింగ్ అయ్యన్నే కదా. బట్ వేర్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ టీవీ, రైట్? సంథింగ్ ఓన్లీ బాబు గారు ఒక్కళ్ళే కనబడుతుంటారు అప్పుడప్పుడు ఈ రీజన్. బికాస్ థ్యాంక్స్ టు పుష్కరాల సైడ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ చాలా మంది బాబు గారికి అందరు తెలిసారు, ఎస్పెషలీ ఇండియాలో, ఇంతకుముందు యుఎస్ లో. సారీ. సో వీ నీడ్ టు హ్యావ్ మీడియా ఇస్ సో పవర్ఫుల్. సో వీ నీడ్ టు హ్యావ్ అవర్ ఓన్ media channel. We should have, I mean, these are all long plans, but our own university, to kind of promote nothing, మనం ఏదో చేసుకుందామని కాదు, to promote scientific thinking, scientific temper, and also 100 గుళ్ళు అక్కడ లేకపోయినా అట్లీస్ట్ ఒక సైన్స్ సోషల్ రిఫార్మ్ సెంటర్ per city or something, right? So those kind of things we are really planning, and we will share in due course. But I really thank everyone, especially BG Group, for giving me this opportunity. It's quite an honor, and I'm looking forward to working with you in future activities. Okay. Thank you.
I just want to say a couple of words. Whatever I wanted to say, Bhaskar already covered. So, one of the things why I'm interested in working with Saha, I wanted to be part of Saha. Basically I've been a kind of atheist, closet atheist, what you call it as a closet case for all my life. I could not talk to anybody, I could not question anybody, because most of us came from families that are extremely religious. But when I watched Open Heart with R.K. Show last year, that was actually the most enlightening thing for me, because there was somebody talking vocally on TV and debating with other people. That was the most interesting thing what happened in my life from this aspect point of view. That helped me to kind of talk about openly and talk to other people and say it's not wrong. You're not the only one questioning these things. That's number one. I think thanks to Babu Garu and the first Open Heart with R.K. show, that was amazing, because the amount of influence that show had, surprisingly, was enormous. A lot of family members and everybody converted into kind of this thinking process. And other thing is the issues like casteism and everything is extremely high in US. The people who went there, actually a lot more obvious than here. You will be surprised. People move 10,000 miles. You would think that you will forget it. They have a different lifestyle. It is actually a lot worse than here. We have so many Telugu organizations organized around caste that it's actually kind of ridiculous. That so many organizations, for Kammas, Reddy, Kshatriyas, this and that basically. And on top of that one, now divided based on the regions and everything. And second part is, all these are getting worse by the day. The Facebook fundamentalism and everything is making it even worse from every point of view. So, if I come here in Hyderabad, I don't see as bad as I would say I see it there. And fundamentally, as J. Prakash Narayan Garu said, we are a speck in this universe, and somehow we try to differentiate from another speck next to us. When we go to US, an upper caste, you think you're an upper caste, you go there, you're a black guy. We think we are fair color, but we are a black guy compared to all the white people there. And we are extremely discriminated. Even in the Bay Area, which is supposed to be more Indians, we are extremely discriminated. If I want to buy a house, I could not buy the house because it was only sold to the white guys. In that neighborhood, the white guys would not allow anybody non-white. So that kind of discrimination exists, and we all still think somehow the upper caste, that thing, you are living in a society there which is lowest of the lowest caste in there, everybody else's mind. Wake up and you should say, this doesn't make sense. So that's all I wanted to say, and thanks to Babu Garu again coming to US and enlightening everybody, and I will support this organization going forward. Thank you.
I only supported her. The only complaint I have with Mr. Babu is he actually created a monster out of my wife. She became an atheist terrorist. I think she will probably watch that video, I think, but I truly believe that. There's always an argument now, and before she used to listen to things and all, now she says no. There's no God, there's no. I don't believe. I never believed in a supernatural entity in our life. I always been like this, but she is a new convert. It's like a new convert. Christians, Islamists, she's become a new convert, and I'm actually happy for her. She found a cause, and she found something that I couldn't actually make her find. Meeru chesaru. I really appreciate that, and we had the fortune of spending some time with you and your wonderful son. I think he is going to be when he reaches your age, Mr. Babu. I can really say this with a lot of confidence. He will be better than you, and he will be a bigger person. You should. I think you should let him talk every now and then. At his age, he's got so much conviction, and he's someone that I would love to listen to at some point. I really enjoyed our conversations. That was awesome. Yeah. And so, other than that, I don't think I have much left to say. One thing I would add. Jayaprakash Narayan garu cheppinattuga manam andaram kuda there was a star at some point in this universe, where the Milky Way, where we are living. అది ఎప్పుడైతే అది బ్లాస్ట్ అయిందో, ఆ బ్లాస్ట్ అయిన దాంట్లో నుండి వచ్చిన ఎనర్జీలో ఉండి మళ్ళా ఈ కొత్త స్టార్ వచ్చింది, కొత్త గ్రహాలు వచ్చినాయి, కొత్త ఇవన్నీ వచ్చినాయి, మన మెటల్స్ కానీ ఇవన్నీ వాటి నుండి వచ్చినాయి. సో మీరు అవనండి, నేను అవనండి, ఆయన అవనండి, ఇది అవనండి, బెంచ్ అవనండి, we all came from that same star, the blast and star, and so we're nothing but a piece of dust from that star that was destroyed. So adokati gurtu pettukunte manam we won't look into all these differences and all these castes and all those things. That's all I can say.